Hello, this is Vinny, the owner of the Knife Sharpening Service, the Knife Guy in Reno. So, went over to a family dinner last night, and they decided to get all their knives sharpened before the Christmas feast. They tried to use all their knives for Thanksgiving, and it was horrible. And they know somebody who sharpens knives, which is me, and they wanted all their stuff sharpened. So this is my mother-in-law's, my uncle-in-law, Larry, and then this is my brother-in-law's knife. He is a diesel mechanic, so this one gets more abuse than anything. He uses this as a screwdriver, very short Tonto blade style, and I'll show you how to sharpen it. So you can see how there's lots of damage. Super dirty. I don't think he's ever had this sharpened, or if it has, he's tried to do it himself. All right, so we're gonna sharpen Larry's first. And I have my dog Shaggy. Hey, buddy. Are you gonna help sharpen today? Yeah, you gonna help sharpen? All right, perfect. All right. Get this out of here. All right, let's get Larry's done on first. These are great knives. They've just never been sharpened, and he's had it in his possession for many years. Here's my brother-in-law's knife. He wants sharpened. Very small Tonto blade, but this thing is beat up. So I don't think I'm going to use my normal 4,000 grit belt on it, because he actually uses this. This is not a show knife. So I'll still sharpen it to around 1,200 grit. So I still leave a nice little mirror polish and a little bit of toothy edge to it. Well, we'll see. We'll see how the 600 grit goes, because he uses it for like a screwdriver, and we'll see if I even want to go that high of a polish. It does look nice, but he uses it, not like a regular EDC, so we'll see how that goes. All right. So Paul, who subscribed to my channel, had a question about my angle guide system, and apparently I didn't explain it too well, so I'm gonna spend a little bit of time doing that. So I must sharpen everything at a 120 grit Cubitron belt. Oh, let's take this off first. What's up, buddy? So here is my angle guide, and here is a normal angle guide. So it has this little clip here, and this is a full face angle guide. So I had to modify this. I had to modify this one. So I had to cut off the top, because there's no way to fit that clip around this. Because there's a couple of screws back here that hold this little platen up in place. So this platen is extremely short. So what I do, and then this angle guide is from Amazon, and I don't trust the numbers at all on it. So a good friend of mine told me, well, have something flat and long that can act as another platen. So that's what this is. So I have my 120 grit Cubitron belt. This is going to be the initial belt starting for every knife usually. And then I'm gonna sharpen these around 17 degrees. I'm gonna sharpen that serrated, I'm gonna sharpen that pocket knife probably closer to 20. So with the angle guide and ruler, this is the angle of how this whole platen is set up. So I'm going to zero this. Okay, so it's zeroed. So now I'm putting the angle guide onto, I'm sorry, my angle finder, putting it on my angle guide, and it's staying at 17 from the knives I sharpened yesterday. So Does anyone have any questions on how I set this up? How I find the angle and why I use the ruler? So I use like the ruler because I can't just put this up here because there's not enough platen, so it's not a flat surface. So I could hold it back right here, but I don't know like the right angle. I could push back too far. Yeah, how do you do that? So so hopefully that makes sense, because this has a little bit of sway and I'm only having this much here. Let me take the belt off again so you can see. This is only how much of the platen I have to work with. So if I have like the angle guide and it's magnetic on the bottom, so right there it's resting at 2.6, but I know it should be at 17 on this angle guide. Or no, I'm sorry, with this it should be 0. So do I pull it back a little bit? And then that's where I can come into issues. So easy solution, have something to extend the platen. Getting back down, and then that's it. So a good friend told me about this. I'm like, this is a great way, because how I would do it before, I'd have to take this whole thing off and just do like the remeasurements, and it was a pain to unscrew, screw it on. This is much faster. So when I'm doing all these knives, time is money. Obviously, I'm not charging my family members this or anything to do it, but usually time is money, and if I can go faster, that's all the better. So before we're getting some more people jumping in, so I'm gonna show you this, my brother-in-law's. Today's just family members' knives, so there's no charge to them. So my brother-in-law is a diesel mechanic, and he uses this as a screwdriver, and you can see how everything is just folded over. It's very short chisel grind. So we'll clean up the serrations, clean this up, and obviously clean up the edge. So let me sharpen these first, and then I'll hit that one. All right. And again, my name is Vinny, and I am the owner of Knife Sharpening Service, the Knife Guy in Reno. All right, let's get to sharpening. Oh, and I have my dog, Shaggy. He's my little helper, 100-pound golden doodle. So he likes to help sharpen and assist me. That's right, buddy. Hey, buddy. You want to go inside? Okay. Okay, go ahead. what's up, buddy? Giba, what's up, buddy? I have a question for everyone out there who's watching. Some people who've been watching this stream have told me that honestly this is a very loud machine, and if you have earpods on, the sound is just very deadening and it's very loud. Can you guys recommend any wireless microphone that would subdue this but still allow me to talk that you guys can hear? So if you guys know anything, please let me know. So I found a couple cheap ones off Amazon for like 20 bucks. So, jeez. So, Gabo, so I'm sharpening all family members' knives today. So my mother-in-law's is down here, uncle's is over here, and this is my brother-in-law's. So this one is all beat up. He's a mechanic, so he uses this daily for being like a screwdriver, cutting everything. So he's not worried about like a mirror polish. So I don't think I'm going to sharpen this with my 4000 grit because he just doesn't need it. He needs a very toothy edge. So we'll see how this 600 goes. Yeah, but this one's beat up, so it's a very small tanto blade, so I need to sharpen it here. I want more of a pronounced angle. So right now it's kind of rounded over. So very easy to do when you have those electric pull-through sharpeners. So I need to really spend some time doing that one and then make this one pretty good. So if you come down sharpen higher, when you sharpen these, usually the tip gets wider because there's more steel back here. So a little trick is, so I have my normal angle sharpen right here. When I come to this side, I'm going to just tilt it ever so gently. So I'm trying to maintain the same bevel appearance. So does that make sense, everyone? Would it work if you had a microphone inside? I don't know. Do you think a microphone would actually fit in this? And where would I put it? So this is where my giant nose and mouth goes, obviously, and I can see in there. So I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out. This is what I'm working with right here. And the reason I love the full face mask is that I don't have to put on any additional eyewear as well, because it does fog up a little bit. Like I have these, but this thing works fantastic. So I think this mask was maybe 50, 60 bucks. And then I swap out the filters, but I don't know. I wasn't sure if I should have a little microphone attached to myself that plugs into my phone. So I don't know. I'm totally open to ideas. This is stuff I never thought I would worry about when I got into sharpening. All right, so now we're sharpening with an A30 Trizec belt, and it's about 600 grit, and I'm gonna clean these off, and then we'll hit them with the 1200. because it would seal out the sound. Yeah, I don't know, man. Where do you think I could just put it inside? Like, I feel like my face would actually hit it, like inside this little respirator. So, I don't know. I ordered a couple cheap ones off Amazon. I think they have some noise canceling to it. So, yeah, well, I'm gonna count on you to help me out, man, and see if you notice any sound difference, or is it better or worse? All right. So, I spend more time on the Cubitron 120 belt to set the burr, so it doesn't matter how many strokes it takes, as long as I set that burr on that knife. So then when I hit the 600 grit and 1200 grit, I just do equal passes to refine the burr and the edge, and then I'll hit it with my leather strop. So equal passes with both Trizac belts. So again, this is an A16, which is about 1200 grit. These are already getting very sharp. So I'm not sure if you guys notice how this bolster is on this one. I actually have to tilt like the knife up because this bolster is hitting like the down part of this angle guide. So if you guys ever have, so you guys see how the two bolsters are? This one's straight up and down, so I can come all the way up here. This one is at a slight angle, so I can't, and it raises up, so I can't go any further than this part right here to sharpen, so that's why I have to angle it and then gently come across and then set my angle again. So if you guys see me raise the angle, that's why I'm doing it with this knife. Welcome everyone that's new. Today I'm sharpening only family members' knives. Went to a little dinner with them last night and they told me after Thanksgiving the knives were horrible. So when I saw them for dinner last night, they were like, can you please sharpen our knives? So I'm working on my uncle's right now. And then this is my brother-in-law's knife, which is horrible. And he's a mechanic. So I apologize for saying the same story if you guys have already heard it, but my brother-in-law is a mechanic. And his Tonto blade knife needs lots of love. So I'm gonna show you how I sharpen this one. Gonna make this edge more pronounced so it's more of a right angle. And yeah, clean up all the scratches. He does use this as a screwdriver, so the tip's broke. And usually I'll sharpen it, these knives, to like 4,000 grit, but since he actually uses this one, it's not a showpiece. I'm thinking of just staying around 600 grit to just leave more of like a toothier edge. But we'll see how it comes out. Over here, let me zoom out. I have my leather strop, and I'm going edge trailing on this one so I don't cut into like the leather. And I'm going at 1,400 RPMs, a little bit slower than when I was sharpening. And going edge leading, I leave a very small burr, and I'm going to just remove any excess burr that's left over. So I don't need a lot of passes with this, just a couple, since there's hardly any burr left over, and this is just knocking off anything that's left over from the sharpening process. So let's see how this guy does, just real quick. Sharpened some scissors yesterday, so I was testing it out on this. All right, moment of truth. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, very nice. So, got my butcher wrapping station here. I like to use the customer's knives to cut this because I like to see how well it cuts on this thicker paper as well. Very, very good. Perfect. All right. So, clean this little guy off. Some rubbing alcohol. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll just answer them as I go sharpen. All right. Here's my mask. Even though it's edge trailing, I don't want any of the burrs trying to get in my face or eyes, so I still wear like my respirator on this. All right. I want to thank everyone who's watching and sticking around to watch this little live stream. With the leather belt, always take it off. This will stretch over time. So the cool thing about the Tulker, that's the machine I'm using, is that this whole guide can stretch, can pull out, so I can mess with the tension of the actual belts. So near me to think. From the Philippines, right on, buddy. I've always wanted to go there. Always wanted to go to the Philippines. All right, let's test this guy out. Beautiful. Awesome. cutting paper, and this is thin magazine paper, so if this is cutting this, it's gonna be cutting everything else so smooth. So I appreciate everyone coming around and watching this. If you guys are enjoying this video and like a little bit of paper cutting, please give this video a thumbs up. It does help me as a growing knife business and YouTuber as well. All 7 knives, all knives very, very sharp. So I do appreciate all the support on this channel. Okay, whoops. All right. So next step, start wiping them off with some alcohol. Which knife was it? I did cut a little weird, then I recut it again. Was it this guy? Kid? I think it was this one that you were talking about. Cuts very well. I don't know which knife it was again, because I did have other cuts on the paper. Okay, well, how's that one? I think it was just how I used the other cuts before, so I got into the other stuff, so cool. I have no shame in resharpening something if I didn't sharpen it right. So, because I am human, I do make mistakes, but I want to leave the customer with the best knives. So, you were right. All good, man. Thank you for watching out, though. I appreciate that. So, I asked this at the beginning. Thanks for that. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. I think that's what was the hardest thing for me when I started to sharpen. I didn't go on any live streams, and then I had to find people who I like their style of sharpening. And you talk to 10 different sharpeners, everyone's gonna have their own little method. How much do you charge per knife? I charge a flat rate of $10 per knife, regardless of size. Some people charge $1 to $2 or even more per inch, but I figure when someone brings me a whole set of knives, there's gonna be smaller ones, there's gonna be larger ones, so it should even out. And I really don't wanna spend the time to measure out exactly how long each knife is. Oh, is it 4.5 inches long? I'm like, I don't care. So I like simple numbers, I'm a simple man. So 7 knives here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's $70. So usually customers are totally fine with that. I've had a couple of ladies gawk at my pricing because I started selling for scissors. And I was like, and there's like, well, these aren't expensive scissors. Can you charge less? I'm like, this is my going rate. I apologize, but if you want to use cheap scissors, then you can go buy the cheap scissors again. I think $10 is a standard price, is a pretty good price. I know other people charge a little bit less. People charge a little bit more, but hopefully that answered your question as well. All right, I need a little bit larger sheets here. All right, come on now. So I am a full-time fireman, so any profit I make off this business, I put right back into the company. I did buy a very expensive twice as sharp scissor sharpener, so that should be here next week. So I'm just putting money back into the company. I'm not really taking any profit. So I did buy myself 2 more of these machines as well, the Atulkers. So one is only dedicated for has a giant wheel on it, only dedicated for the Scotch-Brite wheels, Scotch-Brite belts. So and then, yeah, like in my shop, I put this split air unit in here because in Reno, Nevada, it is very cold. So I have this heating the garage very nicely for us. So I stay a little warm. And then in the winter, or in the summer, it turns into an air unit, so an AC unit. So not taking any profit. All this is going back into the company itself. So I can get better equipment, more equipment, make sharpening a lot easier. One thing that I didn't realize I'm going to need, I need a wireless microphone. So I asked this at the beginning of the channel. So if anyone knows any decent brand of microphone that can clip into my phone, because when I use these sharpeners, it's pretty loud, and people wearing earbuds, it's like they have to turn down like their speaker and everything. So, and then I wonder if my voice could actually sound a little bit better with that more clear. And if you guys know any wireless microphone, please let me know in the comments. Sweet. Larry's knives are all done. So now I'm just gonna wrap them up. Can you guys see this okay? I'm trying to see, okay. Gift wrapping is never my forte. Sharpening knives is, gift wrapping is not. Is there any brand of microphone that you would recommend? Because I went on Amazon and there's so many to choose from, and you know, they're around $20, but then I heard like the JBL or the GBL is around a $350 microphone, so I have no idea. So is there any brand that you would recommend over or the other? This got a couple business cards. See if I can do this with my gloves on. There we go. So close. Now everyone gets to see me struggle trying to tie a bow. Before I could struggle in my own private garage with no one watching. Perfect. There we go. Sweet. Larry's is done. Larry's over here. So I'm gonna take a little picture of this guy. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm back. I just tried to do a little before and after of this guy. So swap out the tape, get some fresh tape. So I'm not scratching this knife any more than it already has. So there's a balance of sharpening it at more of an acute angle than obtuse. So I'm gonna sharpen this around 20 on the angle, since I'll leave a little bit more meat behind the edge, because he is gonna use this. It doesn't matter how well I sharpen it. He's gonna use this as a screwdriver. This is just a workhorse of a knife. So other knives I'll sharpen more acutely around 17, if the customer even wants it at 15 or so. But I know my brother-in-law is gonna use the crap out of this knife. Hohem Mike. Oh, sweet. I'll check it out, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hohem. Why do you like this brand of microphone? Sweet. Oh no, too much. Sweet. All right, it's 20. Oh, my wife just came home. So, I got my dog, got the wife, got the whole fam. Yes, bark, bark. So, with this guy, I'm going to sharpen this. Hold on 1 second. I'll put you guys on mute. Sweet.
Pilates was very nice.
I'm glad Pilates was very good. Not much room up there. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, wife just got home. We're gonna have breakfast in a little bit, but here is this damaged knife again. This is my brother-in-law's. Lots of wear and tear on it. Giant chip. The tip is broken off, so we'll see what we can do. I really want to give it more of a pronounced Tonto style look. And yeah, let's get to it. Again, this is 120 grit Cubitron belt, sharpened at 20 degrees. Let me take this mask off for a second. So, if I went straight across, so hopefully you guys saw that. So, put a nice little, wow, you guys can already see. This is only 120 grit, so very coarse belt, but you see how much better that is. So, I got this angle here for the Tonto. If I went across just like this, there's so much more steel up here that this angle is going to get wider. So, try and get you guys in frame with me. So when I sharpen it, I'm going to obviously come at this angle, but I'm going to just raise it up ever so slightly. So you see the little bit of movement right there? That's all I'm going to do so I can maintain this same bevel. And yeah, let's get to it. Alright guys, I think that looks pretty good. Got the nice pronounced tanto style again, so it's not rounded off. Got the tip very sharp, and now we'll clean it up with the 600 grit. You guys already see like that difference? Do you guys already see like that difference of the 600 grit and the 120? All right, I think that's gonna be, oh, let me hit the serrations real quick with you guys. Touch them up on the back edge. All right, then I'm gonna hit this with my wire wheel for the serrations. So I got the burr pulled up on this side, and I have my Dremel with the wire wheel brush, and this is not gonna leave any scratches. It'll actually even clean up edges a little bit. Pull this to the side. Now I move the burr back over here. Unscrew, there we go. That looks good. Sweet. All right, so now I'm not gonna use the leather strap wheel. I'm just gonna use the cowhide. So I'm actually going to use my burr brush first to remove a little bit of the burr. You don't need that one anymore. I'm gonna use Flit's Tactical Matte Polish Cleaner for this one, since it has a black coating on it. Even though this knife is scratched up, I still want to take care of it and leave it good for my brother-in-law. Again, we're just matching like the angle. Still feel a little bit of that burr left on. That brush that I use, that takes off the bigger chunks, and then this guy takes off all the smaller ones. I still love my kangaroo strop, but that's for a finer polish and finish. And all I'm trying to do is just take off just the big chunks with this guy. Okay. All right, let's see how it cuts. not much blade there, so. Oh yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, it's catching a little bit right here. Oh yeah, that is nice. Awesome. Well, sweet guys. This is for my brother-in-law. It's a very dull knife. And then, yeah, I took out all those little chips on it. Yeah, that is nice. I'm gonna take a quick little picture, a little before and after. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying this this video. This for my brother-in-law. It's not gonna be razor sharp. Actually, it's not bad at all. And then so I fixed the edge, fixed the tip on it, so razor sharp on that. And sweet guys. Well, I hope you like the video. If you do, please leave a thumbs up, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help me as a growing YouTuber, and that helps the channel out as well. So you guys can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and the old TikTok. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.